Okay. Okay. Yep. We're going live. We're going live. We are live. We are live. Awesome. 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 Yeah. Good to see you today, Tamara. How are you, sweetheart?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Awesome. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Opportunities are everywhere. So Unity and Service, we have to do our little part too on helping and assisting entrepreneurs in getting more visibility on their brand. And that is just exactly what Unity and Service does. We want to make all of our entrepreneurs, especially those of you who have taken part in our speaking programs, and you've spoken on many platforms, and not
I
just
have,
mine, but many others, because we got all those women in the community that have platforms. So we get a lot of exposure, and I just want to say and this interview is part of what goes along with the program. We want to give you as much content, visibility, emails to grow your list as we can. And this is what makes Unity and Service so special, because we care about the people we serve, and we want all of us to succeed. How about that? So
yeah.
with that, just go ahead, Tamara. I'm gonna go ahead and let you tell everybody your name, full name, where you're from, and your business title. And then I'm gonna ask you some questions.
Well, my name is Tamara Lea Patrick, and I am from Burton, Kansas, and I am a pivot life coach.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And with that, we want to share with the listening audience. I'm sure they want to know, what is a pivoting life coach. So I'm going to ask you a few questions that you can feed our audience and tell them a little bit more
Okay.
about what you do and your passion and how you serve humanity. So the first question is, what was the turning point that led you into the work that you're doing?
Hmm. Well, I really didn't like myself too much, so but I was sitting in church one day, mad at the world, and I was sitting there and I listened to this song. It was called Nobody by Casting Crowns. And it was talking about, no, you're not just a nobody, you're some, you're I'm just a nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody. And all of a sudden I heard this voice, and I know some people think I'm crazy, but that's okay. I heard a voice, and that voice said, you are somebody and you need to start talking to people, and you need to tell people who you are, and that there is, that they have a purpose and they can be there. So that's where that came from.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So what does pivoting with purpose actually look like in real life?
What does it look like? It means it means setting some goals and reaching them goals. It means getting clear on those goals and knowing how to get there, no matter what, no matter who's trying to talk you out of going there, and who's trying to, or even if it's yourself trying to talk you out of it, it's trying to get that clearness, that clarity. Everybody needs clarity. And that was part of the reason I was mad all the time, because I didn't have that clarity. But when I started getting that clarity, I understood. And now my goal is to try and help other people find their clarity and their purpose so that they can live that life that they want to live. So,
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I could agree with you. Clarity is everything. I always tell people, and it comes to me first, that if I don't know where I want to go, I can't take anybody else with me.
right.
I have to be clear on the direction. And that's when I seek God. I believe truly that, like you said some people may think you crazy. No, it's what we need to do is to have a spiritual resource,
Yes.
because it works for me. I can tell you that. So regardless of what
Me
they think or feel, it works for me, because I know that God created us in his image, and he gave us all gifts to use. And you said it, we had to discover them. That's what I heard what you said, and I like that.
too.
And how you found that passion and purpose was sitting in the congregation, in the right place at the right time,
Right
around the
time.
right people, and you got to hear that voice, that still small voice that told you,
Yeah.
Tamara, you more than
Yeah.
just you more than just anybody. You are somebody. I like that. I heard you. I heard you, girl.
Yeah.
I heard you. So my next question is, what is one truth? What do people get wrong? What do one people I'm sorry, what does people get wrong about starting over later in life?
Um,
What
what
is
do
it?
they get wrong? They get wrong that they think that they're too late to start over, or they're just stuck in the life that they're in. That's wrong. You don't have to be stuck in that life. Even if you're 80 years old, as long as you have your cognitive ability, you can start over. And that's okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many times you have to start over. And that's the other thing they get wrong. They feel like they can only start over once. No, you can start over 15 million times. As a matter of fact, I just heard something unique today. 5 minutes ago was yesterday, was the past. So you have to, it's okay to just keep living from that minute on. Just be current in your moment and live that moment. And that's where you come from. So,
That's awesome. And I agree with you. You can begin always begin again. That's a good point. And that's what sometimes people feel like they fell short or it's too late. But you're right. As long as we have breath in our bodies, as long as we're able to get up in the mornings, I believe that we always all have a destiny to live out. And as long as we're waking up, we just get on board and just start living it out from that moment on. That was great, a
yes,
great point of view. So, what is one truth someone needs to hear if they feel stuck right now? If people are stuck right now, what is one truth that they need to hear?
you have a purpose. No matter what, everybody has a purpose. God does not make mistakes. And by that, I mean, He gave you a purpose to start with, no matter what. And no matter all the past things that happened, you have a purpose. And that is the truth. God made you for a reason. And when you find that, you're going to be like, oh, wow. Yes, that's what it
Yeah.
is. So
Right.
when you find that, that's what it is. It's all about you have a purpose no matter what. And that's my whole goal is to tell people you have a purpose. And I try my hardest to tell people that every day.
Awesome, awesome. And I certainly agree with you that we all do have a purpose. And as entrepreneurs, as anybody really, we do have to discover our purpose. And again, that is where the connection with our God of our higher power. Some people call him higher power. I call him God. It's all
Me
the
too.
above for me. It's all of the above. I have to have and believe in a power that's greater than myself. And back in the day, I can remember in my younger days, I thought I thought what I needed was in everybody around me that I wanted to be a part of, that I wanted to associate myself with, because it looked from my point of view that they was having it all together, they was having a good time. But what I discovered was when I was trying to fit in, I realized that I was not fitting in. Why? Because I had a purpose.
Yep.
And my purpose was not designed for me to fit in with those people around me who looked like they had a better life or who looked like they had it going on. My purpose was to seek the God who created me and find out what is your plan for me. And boy, I tell you, when I discovered that thing, honey, when I realized that that's where my help was, I'm on
Yeah.
it now, sister. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on it. And I don't let nobody come in and disrupt my program because truly, 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 God will not lead us wrong. And I just can't get over the fact that when you said it came to you when you were sitting in church, I mean, that was
Yeah.
awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
You know, he does things differently from what everybody else does. And he comes up least when we least expect to see him or hear from him. And when
Yep.
he always give us what we need when we need it. We just have to be ready to
Yeah.
receive it. I enjoyed
Exactly.
this interview today. I really enjoyed chatting with you today. And I know that you're pivoting. You have pivoted with purpose. You've spoken on many of
Yes.
our platforms and I've seen your transformation. And I just want to say commend you for that because what it comes from is consistency. You're always there. You're always showing up. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I want to commend you for that. And I want to know if you have a free gift or anything that you would like to direct the audience to. Um, if you have, I
Yes.
see. email. I see your website is at the bottom of your video.
Yes, yes. If you go to my website, you will find a workbook there that is free. It's called Pivoting with Purpose, and you can find that website or that workbook there. So anybody can go and get it.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And that's Tamara Lee Patrick.
TamaraLeePatrick.com.
TamaraLeePatrick.com. And ladies and gentlemen, right below my video, we would like to invite you to join us on April the 23rd for our upcoming event. And you can RSVP at Eventbrite, and that would be Partners 2026.eventbrite.com. This will be our third event for the year. We have a speakers program, and these speakers are certainly fired up and they are ready to rock and roll. We bring you value. You walk away with the email list. You're going to walk away with the replay. You're going to also walk away with lots of free gifts in the chat. We're going to have two dynamic networking sessions where you'll get to introduce who you are, where you're from, and how you serve humanity. And we know that in today's society, in this virtual world, we must network, network, network. I want to say thank you again, Tamara, for joining us. If you have an affirmation, maybe. If not, I'll close with one. And we just...
Oh, I do have an affirmation. The affirmation is I trust my vision, honor my timing, and stay steady through challenges, and I am capable of building what I was called to create.
Awesome, 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 awesome. And I'm going to close with my affirmation to our listening audience. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot have success without sacrificing something. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm Dr. Patricia Rogers, visibility strategist, and I am the CEO of Unity in Service, where people need